I am passing this off to you guys as soon as possible.
This is the intro. Like this.
Why is that a problem? No, he's going to edit it so that I sound professional. I am a professional. They're going to be like, why did they bring her here? Everyone's going to think my ego is so inflated. Like, I am the host. Now you guys. Okay. Welcome to the Living a Stream podcast, where we watch movies on streaming platforms and determine if they are full watches. I'm your host, Kelly Harrison. Today, my guests are Josh Perez and Eric Harrison. Today is a special Kelly's Pick episode where I get to pick one of my full movies. Today, we are talking about Sparkle, Sparkle, Twilight. But first, Josh, how's your life been?
Kelly, I'm so stoked to be here today with you. Thank you so much for hosting us. I've been looking forward to this episode for a while. So how's life been? Pretty great, considering that. Believe it or not, I am a big Twilight fan, and I am stoked to dive into this. But like you'd said before that, life's been pretty good. I'm more interested in like how you guys are doing, because I know, one, you all just came back from the happiest place on earth, and I may or may not gave people heart attacks by saying that you guys had a family emergency last week. But I shared a little bit of my life update. If you haven't listened to that episode yet, I accidentally signed up for a run from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. So super looking forward to that. When is that? July 19th. It's like, I think I have to run like half a marathon. There's like 5 of us.
What do you
You're exposing that you didn't listen to the last episode right now. Just
got him.
I can't even write 4 sentences.
Entrapment.
We got him.
Oh my gosh. Wait. Did you say 7 a.m. to 7 p.m.? Wait, what is that?
Reverse that. 7 p.m. to 7 a.m.
Stop.
There's 5 of us, and we alternate a 5-mile loop and a 7-mile loop, and you just do that until you hit 7 a.m.
Who's starting?
I hope me.
That sounds, I mean, like, that's amazing for you guys, but that sounds like my worst nightmare. You're not going to sleep. You're just going to run until you literally, like...
I have no idea how this works. I've never, I don't know. Yeah, exactly. I don't know.
How do you even train for that? Because you're running at night, like at 4 a.m. You're just running.
I think.
And running
you just
a
get
lot.
a headlamp. You train by...
Can you take naps in between while someone else is running?
Yeah, I think so. The only rule is that you need to alternate the loops, but you don't have to necessarily alternate runners. So if someone's like, hey, I just want to do 12 miles straight, and they're allowed to do that. Or if person A wants to run, and then person C, and then person D, and then person B, and then person A again, you can change up your lineup.
So there's no rules. Just someone else has to always be running.
Yep. And then I'm pretty sure you can sleep, eat snacks, do all those things. But anyways, that's what I've been doing, is trying to get back into running. So life's been okay. My knees kind of hurt, but I'm excited. I haven't been running since early February because of, as Eric likes to give me shit for, I'm always perpetually sick. But the tables have turned. That's a great segue. Eric, how have you been? Let's play a little game. Is Eric
Healthy.
Sick?
Feeling good. 110%.
Love to
As
hear
of today.
As of this morning. It was not good.
Yeah, you can.
That's what I get.
Tell that story.
I say that, but honestly though, I do feel really bad. That's not fun at all. Was it food poisoning? That's the word on the street was.
It had to be.
Yeah.
And nobody else got sick. We had In-N-Out. We all had In-N-Out. I had a Pop-Tart and a banana. And then the next day at the beach, I was just hacking it up.
Oh.
And then a turbulent flight on the way home. I told Kelly that my stomach felt like if you got a Ziploc bag full of water, like half full, closed it, and then stapled it to my ribs. It just was flapping around in my body, in my cavity. Just... Yep,
tracking. That makes a lot of sense. Did you have to use the bathroom on the airplane?
No. So it was throwing up on Thursday, and I just needed to make it home to our bidet. You know what I mean? Because she was like, babe, should we just stay here? Traveling's gonna be brutal. I was like, I need to get to the bidet. I'm not.
That is incredible. Wait, 2 things then. So it was both coming out on all ends is what I'm hearing. Balloons.
Where
This is
did
a-
that
come
come
from?
It's a celebrate.
Did
He's
you
happy.
just celebrate
Didn't
that?
mean to.
He's on both ends.
I did it. I don't know where that. You do hand motions, and all of a sudden the screen starts just
Sure.
balloons and
Yeah.
confetti and stuff. This
He's so happy that you're eating your words. That's what's happening.
the second thing is you have a bidet in your home.
Dude. Okay, so it's a long story, but about 10 years ago, 2014, we were at a house that had a bidet, and it was one of those that's controlled by a remote. And Kelly was like, "Babe, just try it. See, it's warm. Like, just check it out." I was like, "This is so bizarre to me. I don't even know what that means." So I sit down, exposing myself. She's on the other side of the door with the remote and sets it off, unbeknownst to me.
And the thing is, you can't get up, or else like the water was
Just-
spraying everywhere. We weren't out. We were at someone else's house. You just have to endure.
I just had to endure it and take it till she paused it, if you know what I mean. And so from then on, I just swore, I took a vow before the Lord that I would never partake again. And then we got one, but 2 years ago here, oof,
Game changer.
I've turned
baby.
him into a
Game
spoiled
changer.
princess.
Game changer.
Oh, I love it. Love it. I don't think I've ever. I definitely have never owned one because I move.
You've never used
I
one?
move every 6 months. I don't know if. Yeah, I don't think I've used one. Actually, that's a dramatic.
So
I
here's the
move
thing:
every
if
year.
it doesn't matter if you move. It doesn't matter if you move every year. It's not the whole toilet.
What do you mean?
It's the seat. It's the seat that connects to the water. You could take it with you.
Wait, what?
You could order one on Amazon.
Order one on Amazon, couple $100. You connect it to the water. There's like an adapter similar to what we were trying with the headphones to the water. You just take it with you.
Wait, you're telling me the bidet is a seat?
It's not the toilet,
It's
baby.
so easy to move.
So wait, why didn't you take it to California? Wait, was it California? Where did you guys go? Was it California or was it
I
Florida?
didn't know. I didn't know I was gonna have diarrhea.
Well, you say
It's
say
part
it
of-
like it's so simple. You're like, hey, it doesn't matter if you
No.
own a house or not. Just carry it with you. Like you're just gonna put it in like a side satchel. I don't know.
It's just portable. It just like unfolds.
It's not like packing a stroller, Josh. I mean, like you gotta.
I'm just saying, if you pack your kids and all their shit, then you could definitely pack a bidet.
Ba-
Am I wrong?
I'm begging you next time to pack it.
Just bring it with
That would
us.
be the fun.
I mean, if we're going somewhere for longer than 3 or 4 nights,
Bring it to
an
Denver.
Airbnb, yes,
Bring it to Colorado
for Paris'
Springs. when we
graduation.
go.
Wait, when are
we're
y'all
getting an
coming up
Airbnb
here?
in the Springs, end of May.
That's
For how long? We're hanging out.
Yeah, we were trying to go early to go to a concert actually in Denver. We're going to be in Springs, but we're going to try to go a day early to go to a concert in Denver. So
All right, very cool.
2 days early, I thought.
I literally told you this, and you said, "Oh, Drew can go with you." I don't like that kind of music.
I don't know what music it was. What
What kind
who's
of
the
music is
band?
it?
It was knocked loose. Knocked loose.
Play a song. Just like a quick 5 seconds.
There you go.
Eric, I'm uninsured. I go into that concert. Someone starts running a circle pit. I'm done for,
Have
dude.
you ever been in a mosh pit?
Yep.
Of course he has.
Uh-huh.
Did you get hurt?
It's funny. Out of Eric and Jared and all those hooligans got in Poo Poo Kaka Pee Pee, his Twitter handle, got me to see like Seosin, Devil
That's
Wears
a
Prada,
person?
Day to Remember, Breathe Carolina, like all these like somewhat, right? They're all screamo bands. Are they screamo bands?
Yeah.
And a lot of moshing, a lot of headbutting, a lot of kicking, a lot of punching. Never got like seriously hurt. Then I watched We the Kings. I saw We the Kings at Sunshine. And I got headbutted so hard I couldn't open my jaw for like bigger than like a few centimeters for like a week. And so it was like check yes Juliet, and I'm just getting freaking rocked. That was the worst I ever got hurt in a mosh pit.
It was Juliet. There was a mosh pit during that song. That was like just like a crazy metal thing.
That's what I'm saying.
They're just playing like your body is a wonderland.
And then I'm just getting
John Mayer. Your body is a wonder. Ooh, I almost hit you just now.
Oh,
anyways. Tell me about how have you been, Eric? How have y'all been? How was
Well-
Disneyland?
Hold on. Never mind. She looks like she has something to say. It was a blast, huh? We had a good time.
So much fun.
We rode as many rides as you could ride in the days, and the kids were troopers. 3 days of parks, and it was a super blast. So the last night, first of all, what time would you assume Disneyland closes? Just guessing.
Weekday, weekend, doesn't matter. 2 a.m.
Weekday. Okay, all right. Well, that ruined it. I thought it was like 9.
It's open 24/7.
9 p.m.
Obviously.
It closed at midnight.
The magic never ends.
You turn 31
And so that
time and you think
shocked us.
everything just closes at 9 p.m.
The fireworks are not even until 9:30.
What I'm saying is you could and okay, anyways, the last night we were there, the kids crashed super early, and my parents were like, we're tired, we'll watch them in the room if you guys want to go out. So we even got a little day night out to go check out the Star Wars land, and so it was super fun. So 3 days of the parks with the kids and the family, and the Star Wars ride was incredible.
Yeah.
It was that was a freaking, and then Indiana Jones.
That one was really
like,
cool.
Shockingly a blast.
Honestly, I think Star Wars was my favorite, though.
That was
It was so long.
She doesn't like Star Wars. She's never watched any.
Okay, wait.
Okay.
I've never watched them. It's not that I don't like them. It's just I've never watched them.
But the ride.
Good distinction.
But the ride was amazing. It was
Fantastic.
so cool.
Which movie is the
was
ride
impressive.
based off of, or is it like is it modern Star? Is it like just generally Star Wars?
Yeah, it's all the new Star Wars with like Rey and the Resistance. It's all brand new age Star Wars. I mean, obviously the shops they have and the characters walking around with the stormtroopers are across all the movies, but the story in the two different rides are new age.
Gotcha. Also,
like Kylo Ren's the villain, you know.
I was gonna say, do you remember? Did you go to Star Wars when you were younger? And it was Michael Jackson and the weird, like it was Star Wars, but it was like Michael Jackson and aliens and other characters. Do you even know what I'm talking about?
Wait,
like,
what did you just say?
it was
I
like
don't know
going
what
through
you're
a
talking
Star
about.
Wars
Did you say
musical.
Michael Jackson?
We might have to cut
Was it a
back 'cause I
show
don't
you
know
went
if
to?
Michael Jackson's like kosher anymore, but it was like La La Land, but Michael Jackson.
Are you?
I feel like
Am I
we're
high
putting
again?
this together.
What are we talking about?
The Star Wars ride.
Is it
in
a show you
Disneyland.
attended? Oh, there was a ride in Disneyland?
Yeah.
Oh, are you talking? Yes. That you're talking about the Star Wars Star Tours.
The Captain EO.
Yeah. No. Oh, no. I don't think I did that as a kid. That's a very. Is that around still?
No, definitely not. They stopped that like a long time ago. But
Star Tours? That was there.
No,
I
not
remember
that.
seeing that.
Hold on.
it was even before. I'm talking like up until 1998. So you had to go to Disneyland before 1998. Were you born?
Oh no.
Were you alive in 1998?
You just because I'm not old as dirt, dude.
Hey,
Am I neat? My bad.
watch yourself.
Says watch it, damn.
Anyways, continue on how life's been for y'all.
Aside from the food poisoning that I'm pretty sure came from In-N-Out, which is tragic.
That was the worst part of it. That honestly, that was the only bad thing. Everything else was literally perfection.
Smooth sailing.
Just smooth and
Aside from almost
stress
traumatizing Paxton.
free. Oh, yeah.
With the Dementors, and I was telling you about the Dementors from the Harry Potter ride. That was
I feel like
brutal.
I can no longer just like defend Harry Potter against Lord of the Rings now because of that.
Because it scarred our child.
But Lord of the Rings would probably scar him more if we're like
Yeah.
taking.
But there's no ride that would do that. We always argue. See, this is the
I wonder
problem.
why.
She's never even seen all the Harry Potter movies, and yet we have this argument. This is ridiculous. This is crazy. Anyways, check out my mug from Pulp
Dude.
Fiction's Fan Fest. Netflix Brew.
You're just gonna rub that in my face, dude.
He got two.
2 of them. Well, his and hers, I guess. But
Okay, hold on. I have to tell you something. That night they were doing a trivia, and it was like this major giveaway Quentin Tarantino movies.
They
right
were giving
before.
away free movies for a year.
Okay, here's the thing. It was a packed crowd, and these were some Tarantino whores in the house. Like, I could tell. I could feel it with their clothes and the way they acted. And they were like, do we have volunteers? And I was like, So they had a bunch of actors on screen, scenes from his movies. I thought they were going to ask for the character names. And I was like, I can't do that. There's no shot. I know enough. It turns out the game was name which movie these characters are from. I was pissed because when the volunteers went up, I was like, I would have slaughtered them. It was so easy. It was like Inglourious Bastards, Pulp Fiction, which we were going to see, Hateful Eight, and Django Unchained. That was it. And all you had to do was write down on a piece of paper which one the character that was shown on screen for 10 seconds was from the movie.
The fact that you literally have it memorized.
And these people do it. These people were terrible. And I was like, but I was too scared. I'm pissed.
You always got to bet on yourself,
I was trying so hard to like lift up his arm and he was like,
I was like, I don't want to embarrass myself in front of like these Tarantino horrors. Like, and then sure enough, it was the easiest possible trivia ever.
Always embarrass yourself. Lesson learned. When in doubt, embarrass yourself, win a prize. Movies for a year.
I don't know if it was that. I think it was like a Menchie's gift card.
$15 to Froyo.
One free small popcorn for that night.
Oh my gosh. But seriously, I'm so jealous that I've never seen that movie in theaters, and it's on my list of movies that I want to see in theaters. The new trend of them re-releasing old movies in theaters, I'm super about.
Oh, we were literally talking about Interstellar the other day, and I was like, I'm so mad I didn't get to experience this. And sure enough, it's coming back to IMAX in the fall, right?
Yep.
Like,
it is.
And you're going to see it.
I'm going to try to make enough money to fly us all out to New York so we can watch it on their like 90,000 foot IMAX 70 millimeter screen. That's supposedly because there's only certain amount of pure IMAX projectors or something. The state of Colorado has 0, other than the museum, but they're not going to play Interstellar at the National Museum.
Colorado doesn't have any, really?
They have IMAX
Josh,
theaters.
Just for the people watching and listening, wondering what Kelly's doing, being distracted, as our host, Josh is getting roasted in the group chat right
now. Am I? You guys... What do you mean? I have my
producers and the producers and executives at 3 Milks Media are having a discussion about his future at the company right now.
Oh my goodness, I'm about to get fired. I put my phone like a professional on Do Not Disturb, and y'all are group chatting?
What kind of host are you?
Like
don't y'all. I'm not doing it. It's your host.
I was taking content for social media. I am promoting 3 Milks Media.
Speaking of that, one, that's amazing. Two, your video of Disneyland is like peak cinema. I was like,
so
did you have a shot list? Like, were you on the plane just drawing out?
She did. She literally had a shot list.
I totally did. I was like, okay, we need 18 parts, but triple that because they won't work. And then, honestly, though, I was telling Eric at the end, I was like, making a family video is not for the faint of heart because, like, it's a lot of work. And, like, I go through, like, stages of where I'm like, oh, my gosh, this is going to be the best video ever. And then halfway through, I'm like, oh, my gosh, this is so stressful. We don't have any footage. And then I get to a part where I'm like, ooh, this one shot is really cool. It's going to make the whole thing so much better. And then at the end, I'm like, we don't have anything. And he's the only one who knows about my, like, up and down path with each video that I make. So I am. And then it always just ends up working out.
Well, it super worked out this time because there was like 30 people. 2, there's like all kinds of different ages. 3, there was cuts from person to person, but then there was also like someone doing a line and then a pan and then on a raft. They're like literally mid-water wild rapids. And I'm like, you're panning over to this person. They're nailing their line. It's cutting to Paxton laughing. I was like, what is happening? It's great. So anyways, feel free.
Paxton is like, oh, yeah, it was fun. Paxton is becoming such a professional. Like last time he wanted to do one part and he was really excited about it. And then now it's like, he's like, I want to do all of the parts. And I'm like, I love it. So it's fun, but people definitely get annoyed with me, especially Eric's dad. Like he's like, okay, you have 3 seconds to film me say this. I'm like, okay, I'll try.
What, Mr. Harrison?
He's
so enthused in the video.
He can play a part. He can play the part.
In the Taylor Swift one from last summer, he's with his gear. Just
and then off camera,
he's like, no, I'm not doing any videos this time around. Yeah. And then Kelly's like, okay. And then, unbeknownst to us, the whole ride to the lake in their car, my mom said he was practicing. So he's practicing to Taylor Swift. He acts all tough. I'm not doing any video. We get there. He has the song memorized.
Nailed.
And then he came up to me. He's like, that video just turned out so great. It's like, interesting. So now it's become like a tradition in our family. When we go on a big group fit trips, we're making a video. So Eric's mom was like, send us the song that we need to learn.
Method actors, you know?
So it's fun. Yep. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Love it.
All right. Enough about your life. Like, let can't be mean. I feel so mean.
No,
I know. Okay. Okay, let's jump into the movie. Are you guys ready to start?
Oh, yes.
yes.
Okay, I'm passing this over to my wonderful husband over here. Go ahead and take it away, baby.
Kelly wrote me a beautiful script for her episode.
Mm-hmm.
So using the Jimmy 1993 ESPY Speech rubric, did the movie that we are discussing today hold us in thought, make us laugh, cry, whether tears of joy or sadness? And if it did, it's a full watch. So, babe, why don't you tell us what the movie is today? Remind the people.
The movie that we are doing tonight is Twilight. It is streaming on Hulu, and the description reads, when teenager Bella Swan falls in love with vampire Edward Cullen, she becomes the target of a group of hostile vampires.
Dang, that was a great read.
Thank you.
Usually, that was pretty good read.
That was very good.
Some more information. Twilight deservedly got 49% on Rotten Tomatoes by the critics, but an audience of over 250,000 people gave it 72%.
Round of applause, round of applause.
Came out in 2008. Josh, what is the Letterboxd score? Since we're all about Letterboxd here at Three Milks Media, what was the Letterboxd score on this bad boy?
Yeah, you can find us all on Letterboxd if you want. But the Letterboxd score, I got a 2.9 out of 5, which is above half.
That's decent.
That's good. That's decent. 3-star average almost.
Out of 5?
I just want you to know that Josh scored it a 2.
Excuse me? I can't remember what I scored it, but I liked it. I put a heart. That means something. I hearted it and I gave it a 2-star. But here's the thing. They're arbitrary. I guess the rating is not as arbitrary, but I feel like everyone has a different perspective of like, if it's a 2-star unhearted, that means a completely different score than a 1-star hearted. You know what I mean?
Mm-mm. No,
Not tracking?
really.
It's okay. We'll get there. But this movie's directed by Catherine Hardwicke and written by Melissa Rosenberg, based on the book by Stephanie Meyer. Did you know that it's the Lords of Dogtown director?
No,
I know.
way.
Wild.
You are absolutely lying.
I am not.
I don't know why I'm acting shocked.
I'm not lying.
What in the world?
That is such a good movie.
Wait, I'm also I feel like in my mind, Lords of Dogtown is 90s, and I just realized it's 2005. Why do I?
Well, it's
why do I think
2005
that?
based on a
Anyways.
story in the 70s, and so if you meet in the middle, it's somewhere around
Boom.
80s, early 90s.
Boom, movie critic math. Okay, so for me, this was a rewatch of the first one, but I didn't see it originally in theaters. I saw it when we started dating, or was it when we were engaged? It wasn't until after Kelly and I got together that I watched it. So it was.
I cultured him.
She cultured me.
Thank goodness someone had to do it.
Yeah.
It was like
Doing the Lord's work.
criteria. She's like, "You want to be with me? You know, it's like if you want to get with me, you gotta watch Twilight."
Yep.
Josh, take that.
Josh is all.
Nope. Keeping it in there. Is that? Were you trying to like do a rendition? If you want to be my lover,
You gotta get with my friend.
You gotta watch.
I didn't even get the first part right. If you want to be my lover, and I said, if you want to get with me. I didn't get part of it right. When did you first watch it? And you?
What did you watch it? Did you watch it in theaters?
That's a great question. I know I watched a few of them in theaters, like midnight premiere type of. I'm trying to remember if I watched the first one.
You did the midnight premiere.
Well, because one, I remember people. This was like a very big like cultural thing. I felt like everyone was talking about it. Everyone was going to them. This is before when premieres were midnight on Friday morning, technically, right? None of this like Thursday at 6 p.m. stuff.
Yeah.
And I was working at Dion's. When did this movie come out? It was like 2009, right?
2008.
2008. Okay, so I worked at Dion's from 2008 to 2009-ish area. So yeah. And there was a cutout of Edward. Like one of our red shirt general managers had a cutout, big old life-size cutout of Edward, and was obsessed. Jesse, he was obsessed with, I believe it was Jesse. Sorry if it's not Jesse, but obsessed with Twilight. And so we were in it, whether it was at work or not at work, at school, everyone was talking about Twilight. But I'm trying to remember if I probably did watch Twilight in theaters, but I don't really remember, but I know for a fact that I watched some of them because I have the ticket stub somewhere. But yeah, they were great.
You have the Twilight ticket stubs?
I keep all my ticket stubs.
Because you just unlocked a memory for me. I had an Edward cutout. Do you not remember it? I think I had it when we were dating because it would scare me. No, it was downstairs by the front door. And it was just sitting like at the end of the stairs. And I remember every single time I'd walk by, I would think that it was somebody there, but it was just...
You had poster in your room though.
Yes.
100%.
Yes. It was a very big thing because I read the books and I was like so excited for the movie to come out. And I did the whole thing. Like I watched all of the midnight premieres and then they had this huge, for the last movie, they had this huge like day-long Twilight marathon in theaters. So like it was me and my mom and Deanna, and we brought blankets, we brought our laptops, we brought food, we brought everything. And we just like camped out in the theater from like 8 a.m. to like midnight to watch all of the movies.
What?
Oh my god!
Yeah, it was
Theater
so
Century?
much fun. Yeah.
See, and you like flicks. Century has your best memories.
Okay, the flicks didn't exist back then. Oh my, I can't talk.
What?
Flicks didn't exist back then, so they probably would have done it with food.
Wait, when did that one come out? How old were you when you did that experience?
That's a great question.
If you want to be
Yeah, I feel like I wonder, were they doing some kind of cutout Edward promotion during that time? Because why did everyone have these and why were they at Dion's?
I don't know. We had to show that we really support. Josh, what team are you?
That is a great question. Wait, before we get into that, because I still got to think about that because, wait, so you read the books first?
What? Yes, of course.
Eric, did you read the books?
I've never read the books. What?
Sorry. So sorry. I don't know why that.
I'm just kidding. I just got shamed.
Okay.
No, he did not read the books. I try to get him to read books, and he doesn't. He won't.
So when you ask, am I team Edward or team Jacob, are you saying like based on the movie or based on the books?
Okay, that is a great question because that was something I was going to bring up. But I just need to know in general.
Okay.
We can talk about it separately, but in general.
Gosh, this is so difficult.
You have to be one.
I want to say, I don't know. I want to say Edward. Well, okay, because the movie, Robert Pattinson is leap years. I love Robert Pattinson's leap years more than Taylor Lautner. Taylor Lautner is cool. I know he's like the favorite ex of Taylor Swift. Isn't he generally like well received by everyone, all the Swifties?
Yes.
I know he's great.
Very
I know he's awesome. But just terms of the movies that they have done, Robert Pattinson is way up there. But
wait, you can't take that into account because I told Kelly the same thing. I went down this rabbit hole when we rewatched the other night of like who had a successful career, who really turned out, and it's like Robert Pattinson just clears in so many ways based on like what he's been in, not just box office success, but like as an actor. Those skills were not on display during this movie. But
hey, calm down there.
Yeah, let's be careful what we're saying because given the tools he had at the time he had with the CGI that they had at the time, you have to admit that his acting is probably 14 million times better than any other character on the screen.
That is, I wouldn't say Charlie.
I mean, agreed. I was just talking about Bella.
And I love Kristen Stewart. That's the other thing that I think this movie is just, the beginning of all these people's careers, Well, not really. I know Kristen Stewart was in Panic Room early on and had done stuff before this.
That's a good movie.
But yeah, I don't know. I guess I'd say Team Edward. Jacob kind of bugs sometimes.
He's okay. I'm going to say it. Edward. Okay, no. We're just going to talk about Jacob. Jacob gives pick me vibes.
Okay, hold on. You're jumping movies here. In the first movie,
No,
All
in
he
the
does
first
is
movie.
simply fix up a stranger's truck. Tell me I'm wrong.
You're
He's kind.
wrong.
He's nice.
He's in the first movie for like
Edward.
7 minutes. That's the other thing.
Okay, the other thing is Edward's a literal demon who's damned to hell, so are we going to ignore that?
Jacob's a dog.
Not in the first movie. Not
But
in...
you have to take account everything. And if we're talking about everything...
Wait, are we going to talk about
my
all 3 movies? Because didn't you say... So, Eric, this was your first Twilight watch, but the first time you've ever watched New Moon and the first time you watched Eclipse?
Yeah, so watching Twilight 2008, first movie, this was a rewatch. Because we watched it when we were dating. It's been so long.
He just
But Josh,
doesn't remember.
I do have to say, your review on Letterboxd of this was just so spot on. Will you tell the people what you said?
Of Letterboxd? I mean, of Twilight?
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes.
Of Twilight? I'm pretty sure I just said yes.
No, you said.
No,
It's like,
no, don't. You're gonna
I don't wanna
butcher it.
Okay,
Hold
hang on.
Because it is spot on. Pulling it up. We're pulling up the receipts.
Yes, now I remember. No, I remember. I think yes was like a different review. Hang on, I'm going to pull it up as well.
He said, where did it go?
It's not on.
Oh, you're
it
talking
gone?
about on Instagram.
Oh, it was Instagram. What did you say?
I said, look, you can hate going to Chili's, but you cannot hate being at Chili's. And I think you could say the same thing about watching Twilight.
No one says, I feel like watching Twilight tonight. But when it's on, you're into it. And that's how I felt when she was like, it's Twilight. And I was like, no, damn it. There's so many other good movies. And then as we're watching it, I'm mad. I'm pausing it. I'm Googling shit. I'm like into it fully.
Yeah.
Josh, the amount of times he paused this movie to ask me questions. He's like, why is she crying? I'm like, well, unpause it. Let's watch, maybe. And then he'll pause it again. He's like, why do they have beef? What's wrong with them? I'm like, watch, maybe, again. And he will sit there and pause every single 2 seconds because he's so invested.
I need the
so
big picture.
invested.
I need the big picture is all of it.
I even asked him, I was like, is this how I am in your movies? But I don't understand.
I love that, though.
The tables have turned.
Because it's true. Next, you know, Eric is like, yeah, you're ordering chicken crispers, triple dipper. You're getting molten lava cake. You're ordering the whole thing when you're watching Twilight. Wait, which team are you now? Because you flip flopped. I feel like you've bounced around in the past 2 weeks. Yes, you.
No.
On Instagram, you were
posted on
team something,
Instagram.
and on Letterboxd, you were team other thing.
I said, and this was like literally, I'm not even kidding, 30 minutes into the first movie.
He's talking about when you posted that you're Team Edward.
Yes.
Oh, first of all, I said that night, how could anyone be Team Edward? I jumped in the shower. I was sabotaged by my wife. It was friendly fire. She took my phone and posted against my will and said that I was Team Edward.
Oh,
I promptly deleted it.
I believed it.
Because how in the hell can you be Team Edward? I'm not talking about Robert Pattinson. I'm Team Robert Pattinson. Taylor Lautner didn't have much of a career after Twilight. And I read an interview. It was really sad. He said he got anxiety, couldn't go out because of the fame, and took a break from acting for many years. And so, he seems like a great guy. Probably would have had a decent career, but just, the fame took him out. Kelly's eating Lay's right now. She doesn't want the crunching on the microphone. No, I don't know. But here's the thing. Taking the real humans out of it, do I want a blood-sucking, dead demon who's sad literally all the time?
No, you want bestiality. Woof, babe. That's what you want.
Anyways.
I mean, he stays in human form, I'm assuming.
How do you know?
When it comes to that.
Do you know?
I don't. Well,
when his emotions get heightened, he changes. He can't control it.
Guess they're having angry sex, but listen, okay?
The only thing Edward does in any of the movies, and I know we're just talking about the first one, the only thing that he does is save her from the car crushing her. That's it.
That was really nice of him.
That's it.
But also, Jacob was in it for 8 seconds
life.
in the first movie. How can you be Team Jacob after the first movie?
A great question.
just solely based
How
off.
can you be Team Edward?
Here's the most surprising thing, Eric, about you not being Team Edward, which makes the most sense. There's a scene where, like you just said, he saves Bella, and it's very kind of him. He's like, "Hey, I don't want you to die. So I might not have a soul. That doesn't mean my actions don't have souls." So he saves Bella, and then they're in the hospital, and Bella's like, "Hey, how'd you move there so fast?" And he's like, "No, I was standing next to you the whole time." And he's like, "What do you mean?" He goes, "You hit your head pretty hard. I was there the whole time. I didn't lift anything. I didn't do anything." That sounds like a gaslighter. And that's what's so confusing to me, why you are not Team Edward. Because when I was watching that, I was like, hang on a second.
There's Eric.
Is this a
There's
body
Eric.
double? Is Eric
I'm
on
hanging up.
screen?
I was next to you the whole time, Bella. And she's like, no, you were not. I said that in that moment. I was like, he's gaslighting her.
That's insane.
It's true.
Which one of you just said, is there a body double?
I like how you got my voice mixed up with Kelly's. That I love that so much. I love that so much for me.
He's like, I can't tell which one. Which one was that?
That is
Which one
funny.
is that?
Oh, my
No,
goodness.
but okay, can I just say though, this whole movie's pretty messed up, like in terms of the dynamic. It's all pretty toxic.
I mean, yes, but there is a love story to one and a pick-me from the other. And I posted a poll on Instagram, and I am shocked. I am flabbergasted at how many people are actually Team Jacob.
Really?
Like, it was extremely close.
Okay.
Extremely close. 52% were Team Edward. Hallelujah. But 48% were Team Jacob. And Kylie and I were talking about this, and I think we are on to something. I think the people who read the books are Team Edward, and I think the people who did not read the books but watched the movie are Team Jacob.
Wait, how come? Why do you think the movie book difference?
Because I feel like the love story that was written between Bella and Edward, and you hear their perspectives on each other, there's no way you couldn't be rooting for them. And you get Jacob's side in New Moon, but like, it doesn't give the same like Romeo Juliet vibe that it does with Edward and Bella.
How does Romeo and Juliet story end?
They both die.
Oh my god.
But it's romantic.
Eric, come on, man. Is this why you don't like Robert Pattinson as Batman? Because he's brooding and he's sad?
I love him as Batman.
Then how do you not like Edward?
Yeah.
They're basically the same person. Solving crimes.
What?
Saving people. Sad.
Sitting in the dark corners and just looking like this.
They're the same. I will say the characters in the books are more likable. Like Jacob's more likable, and
yeah.
Bella's more.
And Bella is too.
Bella's more likable, and Bella, I feel like, likes book Jacob, and they have more likable moments. Even with Mike, like Anna Kendrick's, Anna Kendrick, I forget, Jessica,
the blonde one,
and then is like kind of dating on and off Mike. In the book, Mike's way more likable than in Mike in the movie. Mike in the movie kind of bugs. But.
What do you think it is about Bella in the books that makes her more likable as compared to the movie? Like cringy acting and screenplay, or is there more like character development for her, or what? I mean, I haven't read the books obviously, but the movie, I don't even know if I would blame the storyline as far as what makes her unlikable. Like, shout out Kristen Stewart, but like for other roles, but
it's so funny because back then when I was watching, I was like, this is such a good movie. Like, she's so misunderstood. And maybe it's because I read the books, but like watching her now, I'm like, ugh. Like there were so many moments in the first movie where I was like, ooh, like you're just cringing the whole time because I'm like, but there's just little, I can't even like put a pin on what it is. But her maybe it's because I've seen too many TikToks impersonating her and trying to be her that I see it even more now that I'm like, oh my gosh. But I don't know, Josh, what would you say?
Well, I think my first thought when you just said watching Twilight, I feel like it's the same thing as reminiscing about high school, where when you were in high school, you said and did things, you wore clothes, there are certain fashions that you're like, we were so cool, this was in, I love this, I'm in the in crowd. We have great, inside jokes
Oh my
with your
gosh,
friend
that's
group.
so true.
And then like 15 years later, you reminisce about, you're like, what the hell were we doing? What were we saying?
Who let us do that?
Why were we wearing those clothes? And I feel like Twilight is right in there with that. Like literally like our experience with Twilight, like watching Twilight back then and thinking it was this better movie than what it is. And also like you can see it in the movie as well, like their clothes and stuff. I'm like, I remember those look like Hollister or Abercrombie, and Fitch jeans, and what they were wearing was very much so like in vogue when we were in high school then. And now looking back, I'm just like, I can't believe we were like into all of that, like, and even on screen them watching it. But I think honestly Bella's probably more likable in the books because I think they just cut out so much stuff that she didn't have a lot to work with. I don't fully blame Kristen Stewart. Maybe that's a hot take, but because I know she plays pretty much herself all the time, or plays this very similar role. But I just feel like they made
that's what I'm asking, right? Is it her or is it decisions from the movie makers because they wanted to squeeze it into a certain time, didn't give her enough development, right? That you guys read in the book.
Well, I think it's just the time, like some of the dialogue they kept, but they changed the scenes that they say it in, and that was, I think, adds to like the movie being not as good. So like she actually has more of a conversation with Edward at the restaurant in Port Angeles, and that's when she discovers more about what he is and who he is and that he's a vampire and all that stuff, or he can read minds, and they're talking about it in the car, I think, afterwards, and it's a little more direct and it's not as corny versus in the movie she's like, what are you? And he's like, what do you think? And they're like in the middle of the forest and he's like, how old are you?
Yeah.
She's like, I'm 17. And they're like in this like gloomy giant ass forest, and he's standing lurking behind her like, ask me the question you really you want to ask, like, what do we eat? And it just comes off corny. But in the books, they're like they're on a road trip, or they're driving back home, and they're just asking those questions about, well, aren't you concerned about what I eat, and aren't you concerned about this, and also, and so I feel like it's not fully their fault, and this might be a wild thing.
That makes
the
a lot of sense.
movie made it more dramatic.
Yes.
I have a question about the friends and like her interactions with everybody else other than Edward. Is there more of that in the book? Because what made her so unlikable to me is how she treated everybody else. And like, I know we're jumping ahead in movies, and if we were to talk about like how she lies to her dad and things like that, but it's not just that. It's like the friends in school who are literally just normal kids. I know we know they're grown ass actors and adults, but it's portrayed as a story of teenagers who are just trying to literally be her friends. I'm like, you are such a dick to them. The movie portrays that to me. Is the book the same?
That scene where she just like leaves Jessica in the street just to go ride on a motorcycle, and she's like, hello, you're literally the worst.
That in the first movie, they're all trying to just befriend her. Right? Like, you know what I mean? When she's brand new to this school, and they're like, all of that to me. And again, I know you don't have to be friends with everybody and I'm not even saying be an extrovert, right? If she's introverted, dope. She's just mean. I'm like, to people who are so kind. Is that just from the movie perspective, or is that how the book is as well?
I think in the book she's more friends. She's friendlier. Like, I think she's
I'm like, what the heck?
There's more scenes where she feels bad. She's like, I feel bad for Jessica, or she does things to defend Jessica because she knows Jessica likes Mike and Mike likes Bella. So, or I forget her name, Eric, the girl that likes Angela's character, she actually has a really big bond with Angela in the book because Angela doesn't pry and Angela just keeps to herself. So, and in the movie, it's almost non-existent, or it's a different.
I'm like, you need 5 minutes.
And maybe it's also because like in a book, you can hear, you get to hear her inner thoughts.
Yes. Yeah.
And in the movie, you don't get that.
That's a good point.
So it's like you get a deeper perspective of her and what she's thinking. It's not that she's just like being rude, but you get to hear that in the book. But in the movie, it's like,
all you see,
they just move on.
All you see is just her being rude. You get a little narration here and there, and some. It's in the next movie, but all the possibilities. That scene.
I'm not joking. I in high school had at this time when New Moon came, I had no heartbreak. But I like would listen to it on my AirPods, on my iPod, as if I had heartbreak, and I would just sit there and just be gloomy and
Those
like
songs are
I feel it.
moody.
Wait, you would pretend that your heart got ripped out by someone?
Yes.
Wait,
yes.
can I ask, when you had
listening to that song?
when you had a real first heartbreak, did you listen to any of this music?
Probably. That probably was my go-to immediately. So I'm like, yes, I've been waiting for this moment.
You're probably excited.
I have a playlist.
I've been waiting for this.
Yeah, definitely.
Embody your inner Bella.
I fell asleep to Blue Foundation. Is that what it's called? The Eyes on Fire. Mm-hmm. Fell asleep to that multiple times. Yes.
Wait, okay, so
I don't remember if I listened to
besides, okay, so Team Edward, Team Jacob in real life, but and outside, because I know Eric's he's a demon, doesn't have a soul, and he's damned to hell, and blah 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 blah, all that stuff. And are you team be a vampire or team be a werewolf? And are those different? Do you think about that differently? If you're Team Edward and you're Team Jacob, does that mean you would choose to be a vampire over? Now, because obviously we talked about New Moon, and now we know
That's a good question.
Because the wolf, right? The wolf or the werewolves, they stay their age, right? They freeze. I don't know if this is in the movie. I don't remember. I rewatched New Moon in Eclipse, but I don't remember if they talked about this, where you don't age as long as you are still morphing. If you're still able to morph, right, and you choose not to morph anymore, then you end up aging and then you die. So you're not quite immortal, but you're somewhat immortal. Well, until you choose not to do it anymore. And then vampires are immortal forever. But werewolves, you get a heartbeat and you have blood and you're warm all the time, versus being stone cold and freezing. You can't go in the sun and you have to live in clouds all the time, or shady.
That's my dream.
I feel like I hate gloomy weather. So I would have to choose. I feel like being a vampire would be a little more fun, except for the fact that the werewolves seem to, in theory, have a little bit more control.
The werewolf?
Have more control?
Unless you're Dr. Cullen's kid, you're eating humans, right?
By choice. By choice.
There's not another vampire in the movie.
Family decided to... What?
There's not another vampire in the movie.
There's a whole family of people who decide not to eat.
5 out of the millions of vampires that exist,
how do you know that?
they eat women and children and elderly people.
Well, I think Eric's kind of right, though, because, right, Jasper loses control, does he not? When he sees blood, he loses control and he almost eats Bella.
You can't live around normal people.
Did we not see
or was that
the
New
wife's
Moon?
face?
What wife?
Sam's wife, Leah.
That's because Sam seemed like a dick to begin with. Sam gives off anger management issues.
He transformed in front of her, scratched her face.
If I lost control around you as a vampire, you're dead. There's no accidental scratch that a doctor can fix. I kill you. I suck your blood and you're dead.
Yeah, but you can choose to not.
Only 5 vampires across all of the movies display the ability to do that. One of them, Jasper being one of them. Hold on. I might be getting into some controversy here. But Jasper is supposed to be the newest one. Accent changes, yes. But when he goes into his story about the Civil War, I'm like, pause, my brother in Christ. You said your family said you were the newest baby vampire and couldn't control yourself around Bella. And yet here we are with the Civil War story.
Baby vampire, I think, with being a vegetarian, quote unquote vegetarian.
So there's 5 vegetarians in the whole world. The average, you can't live around normal humans though. I can't go to the pool. That's just, I can't. The vampire powers are dope.
Yes.
Right?
I was going to say, here's the thing. If
cool.
you take out the whole you got to eat humans thing, because that's, my brain goes to the superpowers first, because the werewolves, if you're in a pack, they know every thought you have when you're a wolf. So you have no secret. You're just bleeding out everything you've ever felt and thought to the world, or not to the pack world, right? I don't know. Superpowers are cool.
Without your pack. You can't.
Here's the thing.
Nothing can happen.
Separate. Okay. If you were to separate, you're on your own without your pack, werewolf's pretty dope. If you were to separate, you're on your own as a vampire, you kill people. Like you can't exist in
You
humanity.
can be like Dexter.
Edward was like that. He was killing the bad guys.
See,
I'm not
now we're
condone-
jumping
I'm not-
movies,
I'm not saying go murder
and
people.
all I'm saying, I got real angry when he was telling that story to Bella. He was like throwing
When
a
he was trying
tantrum.
to be honest.
He was like throwing a
and
tantrum,
open to
like
his
I killed serial
fiancé.
killers. I was like, dude,
Good for him.
why are you crying? That was
crying?
a century ago.
Did you not want him to tell his fiance everything? Do they not have a relationship where they feel like they
I didn't know who I was. I'm not sure who I am. And I never will be. I want to die. Like, God, dude, get a grip.
He's dramatic.
Now, I'm not saying Jacob is absolved of all of his drama.
Mhm.
He went out sad a couple of times. We're jumping movies here. We don't need to talk about Jacob in the newer age.
So vampire
we don't
or
need to
wolf?
talk about him in the last
What are you
movie.
choosing?
You guys answer.
Vampire. I don't want to be a mutt.
What are you choosing?
A speciesist. You're is that speciesism? I'm choosing. Well, okay. If it's power, I just want to know what my power would be. Like, aren't you curious at all? Like, that was one of the first things that I was about the world of Twilight. You don't really get to choose your powers, but it's something as a human. Like Jasper was very charismatic. Therefore, when he was a vampire, he was able to control emotions, or Edward was intuitive. Therefore, he can read minds. So I'm just curious. I would want to be a vampire because I'm curious what would be my trait that carried over, or I'd be pissed if I became a vampire and I got nothing. I'm like Emmett and Rosalie. They don't have superpowers. And Esme.
See, here's the thing. I think I'm picking vampire in the context of like understanding I could become like the Cullens, but I could also choose and like Edward seemed just like he's the outlier. The rest of the family seemed to enjoy themselves. Except I know Rosalie, her backstory is terrible and like she was real sad, but like Emmett seems to have Emmett and Jasper.
And
Alice, like they're dope.
Alice is cool.
Like they seem cool. Like the way Alice interacts later movies, right? But like interacts with her dad, the way Alice interacts with people at school. Again, I don't know what the book says, but like she seemed to have a decently normal, aside from 500 graduations, decently normal life. So like in the context of I don't have to become Edward, I would choose a vampire. Even though I'm Team Jacob. But yeah, you're right though, because that is kind of cool. I feel like I'm a sociable person.
Okay.
Could I control people's minds? Like, would I have mind control? Would I be able to sway people to do what I want?
Like mega gaslighter.
Lord of the Rings. So like Lord of the Rings when yes.
Manipulative.
So like in Lord of the Rings when Gandalf like in Two Towers when he starts to control the minds of like is it Gandalf?
But you don't have to gaslight.
Hold on, I might get literally a lot of hate mail if I'm wrong. We're not going to address what I'm talking about with Gandalf. Anyways, yeah, I could like professionally gaslight people.
For the
like
good,
their
though.
Souls. No.
I agree, though. I would choose, if I could live like the Cullens, I would choose vampire because I'm curious about my superpower. Like, what would I be? Because I don't know what that would be like. I wonder if I can keep my hair. And then, oh yeah, duh, they all have hair. I was thinking, I don't know why I was being so it's like my hair is a separate person sometimes. Where I'm like, I don't know what the hair is gonna do.
Could I keep my hair?
Didn't I ask you that? I was like, can they grow hair as vampires? And you were like, yeah.
Wait, they don't.
It's a good question, though. I don't know.
And then also not sleeping though.
Do you have to?
I love
cut their
sleeping, but you're
nails?
just awake all the time. That sounds interesting. You just get to read. Although I can understand being by yourself for a century, that would super suck for certain, right? Because you're saying the rest of the family seemed like they enjoyed the life, but Edward was so depressed because he was stuck at 17. Ooh, that's another question. So if you all chose vampires, what age are you staying as? Because I feel like that is
I'm super game right now.
like this at this age.
I'm feeling good.
Honestly, yeah, I feel like 30 is, well,
Almost 40, but
30 for me.
Are you 30
Josh,
on
how
the
old are
dot
you?
right now?
Yes.
Okay.
Josh is 33.
That's all I'm gonna. I'm what? I'm 30 as well. That's what he said, right? My Jesus year's this year. I turned
Wait.
33 in September.
Oh, so you're 32.
Yeah. But
Okay. Have you seen that audio of who is it? Oh my gosh.
Hard feelings. No
Yes.
hard feelings.
She's like, how old are you? And she's like, I was 29 last year. 2 years
So you're
ago.
30 now.
2 more than that.
Yeah.
is that?
Wait, Josh, you have to go listen to that audio because that's you.
Oh, I've seen that movie.
You need to go listen.
It's
to
great.
Oh,
I love Jennifer
amazing.
Lawrence.
Okay, wait. I was just looking through Team Edward and Team Jacob people, and I would just like everyone to know Edward won.
Okay.
Principal Drew voted correctly. Wait, why do you guys call him New Mexico Drew? Like, you call him that no matter what. It's never Drew.
Well, because that's how I met him. Was New Mexico Drew living in Florida, and I was very confused. I didn't know Drew in Albuquerque. Well, that he likes to give me shit for that because apparently we did meet in Albuquerque for the first time at La Cumbre with 1 million people when Alex was back in town. I apparently don't remember. And so anyways, I think I met when he was in Florida, and I was confused because his name was New Mexico Drew on Instagram and all the handles. And I'm like, but you live in Florida, but that's hilarious. All these other things. But
I just met him recently on that call.
That was the first time you've ever met him?
Yeah, right?
yeah, well, at least I don't know. Why are you asking
I'm
me?
asking Josh like he knows.
You tell me, dude. And
At least I didn't meet him 10 years ago and act like I didn't, dude. That's crazy.
I know it's rude, dude. Don't be on his side. So there was a campaign called New Mexico True, right? Isn't there still New Mexico True? So that's
Yeah.
That's why he chose
it's
that.
a play on words. Got it. Gotcha.
And he just kept it. Now he's New
Okay.
Mexico Drew in Colorado.
Brenna is also Team Edward, Slay Queen. Let's see. I'm honestly.
You're just outing people.
I 100%. I'm about to roast people on their favorite
Why?
character.
Oh, some people pick Bella.
Eric's face.
Wait, we're going to it.
Wait, who's your favorite character, Eric?
Okay.
Charlie.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead, Kelly. Sorry,
Okay.
I'm interrupting.
A lot of people on here are saying the dad, like the dad, not even the disrespect. Okay. Okay, wait, where is it?
Wait, can I just say the what's her name? The redhead vampire that
Okay, wait. Pause.
The redhead vampire? I couldn't remember her name for the life of me. I kept calling her Elizabeth.
Oh my goodness, Victoria.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
She is so freaking cool. The scene where she's like hunting, I know this is so bad. It's the worst scene. What is his name?
Oh my goodness, when
Clearwater?
Hank dies?
Is it Hank? Hank?
It's not Hank.
It's not Hank.
Yes, Clearwater.
Harry Clearwater?
Uncle?
Yes.
Yes. When she's like, it's like slow motion running and
When she kills Harry Clearwater, Kelly was stoked.
the
Are you
music, her
kidding
hair. Oh my gosh. When I was in high school, I was like, this is the coolest villain I've ever seen. I want to be her. You have to, like, you watch that scene and tell me she is not so badass. You can't disagree with me.
I'm disagreeing with you.
No,
She
you
killed
can't.
an elderly man.
She startled him and his body betrayed him. It was not her fault.
She-
But her scene is so cool. And I'm so sad that they switched actresses so many times. I wish they would have just committed to
So
one.
tell everybody one more time what scene specifically you liked the most.
Deanna said her favorite character was Bella.
Okay.
Be so for real right now. Be so for real. Bella?
That's
Deanna's my cousin. You can roast her. You don't have to be nice, Josh.
I don't know your cousin. But also, that's the thing. Are they
She also can't hear him.
did Oh, you're recording right now. I thought you were just showing the camera just so I can see it.
Right here.
I'm so sorry. I got loud. That is so funny.
Bella.
But is she saying movie Bella or book Bella? That's I mean, either way, it's an
Ooh.
interesting choice. But
Josh. You for real.
Wait, no. I lied. He's not introduced till later, so it's not applicable to our podcast, but Seth.
Oh,
Shut up, my
okay,
guy.
I mean, he's nice, but your favorite character?
Seth's your favorite character in
Oh.
all of them? Seth is pretty cool though.
Yes.
Once he hit the books,
He is.
I like Seth. He's
But like,
he's fun,
as your favorite? There's not a Seth in
Okay,
here.
Alice.
and he's super loyal
Okay,
to
yes,
Jacob,
Alice.
which is cool. Alice, okay.
Can you hear Eric? I feel like the microphone
Barely.
is all on me.
Yeah.
You need it? You need
Alice.
There you go.
Okay, wait.
You get a little more gumption in there, dude.
Oh my gosh, I'm so
This is a mess.
sorry. Okay, wait.
I didn't realize they switched characters for Victoria so many times.
Each movie.
They did.
Yes.
Also, I really hope I'm never assaulted in real life around you, Kelly,
Somebody on
and
here.
good music starts to play, because then you'll just let the person assaulting me murder me because there's good music playing in the background.
And if your murderer has good hair,
Honestly?
forget it.
Honestly, musicality is everything.
Especially if
Everything.
elderly people are getting killed.
Yeah, I mean, if it's for the aesthetic. Okay, somebody said anyone but Bella. That was Julia. Wait, let's see. Yeah, Julia. She said anyone but Bella. And I understand that.
Okay.
Let's see. Who else are we?
What? What?
Well, I can't really say this because you haven't watched the last movie.
No, don't spoil it for me. I'll be very upset.
Yeah, I would never do something like that. Can you imagine somebody who would spoil a movie for somebody? That would be crazy.
That was my bad. Here's the thing. Context here. We were supposed to watch My Girl, but Kelly said she's seen it and it was her pick. And I, like an ignorant single person who assumes things, I take fault in this, assumed Eric had seen it with Kelly since they've been together since 1989, and I didn't know you did not watch that movie with her, so I may or may not have ruined My Girl, which is a movie I hadn't even seen because someone else ruined it for me. Because there is a law or a theory:
Hurt people, hurt people.
hurt people hurt people. And also, is it really spoiling? The movie came out in 1991. You've had 30 years to watch this movie.
First of all, yeah. Have you seen every movie that has ever been made since that time, Josh?
Not at all. But when someone ruined King Kong for me, I was very sad. But at the same time, it'd been around since like 1920. The story or something.
How would someone ruin King Kong?
They told me the monkey
King Kong
died,
dies?
and I didn't know.
You just say the monkey?
King Kong. I'm saying the way they told me. I was literally talking to my friend, and as I was hanging up, they're like, the monkey dies, like 7 times. And I said, well, great. Movies are end.
Well, first of all, that is so different. That's like deliberate. That's like hurtful.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, Josh's was pretty deliberate.
I agree.
Oh my gosh. Say it with your chest, Eric. Say it louder in the microphone. Okay, continue on. Kelly.
I agree.
Continue on with your outing people.
Okay, we have a lot of Jacobs, obviously. Ashley Duran, Angela, they're all Team Jacob. Oh, Veronica Key, Team Jacob. Destiny, Jacob. Which I understand. If you're Team Jacob, you're going to go hard for Jacob. New Mexico Drew and McKenna both said the dad. Drew said Bella's dad. I mean, if that's really your favorite character, you don't even know his name, but okay. Alice, there's a lot of Alices. Let's see. I don't know who this is.
Did I write the word Claire?
Carlisle.
Oh.
Carlisle.
Oh, Carlisle is cool.
Down below it looks like it said Claire. Who is Claire?
I think you should stick with
Oh, I said
Seth,
Charlie.
Eric.
Brenna says she can't pick. It's just too hard. There's a lot of good characters. And then my favorite is Charlie. I mean, he is the best. And I feel like his acting is just
Alice
it's
is good.
so subtle. Like when Bella comes down the stairs dressed up for prom and Edward's like, you look perfect. And just like his little look that he gives, like it says so much with that one look. It's just, he has subtle, and it's good.
Wait, he's your favorite
Let's
character,
see.
Kelly? That you're saying that he's your personal favorite character?
Mine.
Oh.
100%. Along with Eric, you answered. John, let's see. And Drew and McKenna.
Oh, wow.
The dad.
Who's Renesmee?
Renesmee's this. Oh no, nope.
Josh, come on.
Don't read, Eric. You are setting things up. You almost made me do this.
Who is Renesmee?
No, don't ask that question. Stop it. You need to get off this. As soon as you get off this podcast tonight, you need to watch the rest of the movie because I can't. You almost.
Josh is like, oh, and you know what Renesmee is.
He's asking. Kelly will literally divorce me if you.
Okay, hold on. Let me. I'm gonna Google it now.
No.
No.
Don't Google it. Eric, you can't.
Okay, but now that he saw that, it says the CGI on Renesmee was so bad. Deneen said that, and I'm like,
that is my least favorite. It was Deneen, myself, and like 3 other people watched one of the Twilights together in 2000.
really?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I can probably figure it out. This is gonna sound weird and wild. And we went skydiving and in White Sands. And then after skydiving, we were jumping off the White Sand dunes. And I jumped off a dune, and I think I shattered my tailbone. It hurt so bad, but I was committed to watching the Twilight movie at midnight that I went anyways. And I like watched the whole thing like kind of sitting up and awake because my tailbone was so. I'm pretty sure it was fractured or broken or something. Because, anyways, that's all I remember. So if I can figure out when I went skydiving, I can figure out which Twilight it was. But it was, I'm pretty sure it was Deneen, Zach Kane, Noah. There was a whole bunch of us.
Quick potty break.
Yeah, potty break.
I have to pee.
Dude, I can't find the tickets, but dude, check this out. Finding Nemo. 2003 ticket. I have
Shut
SWAT
the hell up.
with Colin Farrell 2003. Dude, I have some of these
that is a banger right there.
I think this is my oldest one. Undercover Brother, June 27th, 2002.
That is gnarly.
The Justin Bieber show. Oh, dude, School of Rock. This one's great. 11/11 on Brenna's birthday. But yeah, dude, I'm trying to find what the ticket stub, but National Treasure, dude, for $5.50, 2007.
Let's go.
I watched Justin Bieber for 75 cents. Can you believe that there used to be dollar theater for 75 cents?
Oh, dude, R.I.P.
At Movies West? I know, dude.
So sad.
Did you grow up going there?
Oh, dude, we rode our bike there all the time.
What is it now, dude? Didn't they transform it into something?
Oh, it's nothing.
Really?
That and a little
it's just
bar next to
vacant?
it, there's nothing.
Dude, that breaks my heart, man. We used to go there, pretty frequently. We watched so many movies there.
I feel like we went to the one on the Movies 8 on San Mateo a few times, but yeah, it's always Movies 8.
Dude, it was Movies 8, man. So good. All right, Kelly, was that all the questions, or do you have anyone else to out?
Let's see.
Any other drama you want to stir up in the pod?
Oh, we didn't talk about the best part. Do you guys think the storyline, the actors, the soundtrack was the best part?
Oh, that is a great question. Because I did have a thought that you said something earlier. Oh, it was the Victoria sequence that you were talking about. Because I will agree with you. Oh, no. I'm going to agree with you. The music, because the music is the composer for the first movie, and I believe one of the Breaking Dawns. So Breaking Dawn Part 2, Breaking Dawn Part 1, and then the first Twilight is the same composer who did 3 Billboards Outside of Ebbing, Missouri. He did Banshees of Inisherin. He did True Grit, Carol, 7 Psychopaths. Anyways, my point is that I love those scores. I love those soundtracks. The 3 Billboards Outside of Ebbing, Missouri, and Banshees of Inisherin are more recent ones that I like. I was like, this composer, his name's Carter Burwell, is amazing. So when I saw that he was the Twilight composer, it's kind of the same thing with the director. When I was like, wait, Lords of Dogtown? That's how I feel. Because it's a great score. There's some good music in here. It might be the music for the movies.
Who
right?
Did the rest of the movies have the same director? Because I know she only did the first
different
one.
directors.
Were they all different?
Yeah.
Each time. Interesting.
You can kind of tell though.
And
well, I guess we'll get into them, huh?
The ratings go up, down, up, down, up, down. So it goes like 40% Twilight, 20s in the 20% for New Moon, and then back up to the 40s for Eclipse, back down to the 20s for Part 1, Breaking Dawn, and then back up to the 40s.
It went to the 20s at some point?
Yeah, and you rated New Moon better than Twilight, and New Moon, according to the critics, and according to Kelly, you're a movie snob. You rated New Moon higher than the first Twilight.
Yeah. Yeah, I liked it better. Okay, well, here's the thing. I'm thinking, maybe I'm wrong, a lot of that came from the people who read the book. You have way different expectations than me.
And New Moon is like the most depressing one. And you're so
It is very
like,
depressing.
Edward's so depressed. And
Edward wasn't in it, and that's why I liked it.
but it was nothing but Bella being depressed and Jacob just being like, oh, kiss me.
And Jacob speaking Spanglish. That's honestly the highlight of that whole movie.
Spanglish. Wait, babe.
That also has one of the best sequences.
You need to recreate the scene. You need to say
Which
it.
one? What does he say? What's up, Loca? Where the hell you been? Or where the hell you been, Loca? Where you been, Loca? Why's my voice going up? He also came back jacked in that movie.
It's because I believe they threatened to replace him. They're like, hey, you were great for Twilight, but we need a big ol' hunk for New Moon. And then he decided to eat a Costco worth of protein, and then he jacked up, so they didn't cut him and replace him as an actor for Jacob.
Are you being so for real?
I'm being serious. Yeah, they were going to recast him. They're like, hey, this was great, but you're not big enough, and we don't have enough time between filming for you to get that big. And he said, challenge accepted. And he got massive.
You know what's so crazy is this is such. I went down this rabbit hole on Twitter the other day about the physical attributes of like what was the movie standard for like a peak male body. And if you look at like Fight Club, Brad Pitt was shredded, but like very attainable. Whereas to now, if you are not like Dwayne Johnson, John Cena, like Thor, you're not really shredded. And so like Jacob, he looked really good in the movie. This is a weird tangent to go on, but like now they would probably need somebody who was...
Get it? He's your crush.
No, he said you'd probably need somebody who's on steroids. But it sounds like from what you're saying, I didn't know that, those expectations already started to change. Like, hey, you gotta... if that movie was made now, you'd have somebody on steroids, guaranteed.
Yeah, I don't...
Because his body was attainable. But now the standard in movies is very different. All the superheroes look a certain way.
It's true. They're like massive and cut. But I'm pretty sure...
yeah, Zac Efron did this thing about Baywatch. He was like, it was the worst time of my life.
Yeah.
Worst time of my life to get in the shape that I was in. He's like, anyways, weird. Wow, I didn't know that. No wonder he got all depressed after filming these movies. Couldn't leave his house.
Became a sex icon, and then everyone just was obsessed.
Clearly.
They're like, hey, take your shirt off. He's like, guys, this is a kiwi juice.
That's crazy.
Wait, tell me if I'm like... Did they talk about this in the book, Josh? Because I can't remember. Me and McKenna were talking about this, and she said that she was always so curious as to why the pack of werewolves always had gene cutoffs. And in the book, it says that they were the most affordable thing because when they like morph into their werewolf, their clothes just rip off.
Yeah.
And they're always just in gene cutoffs. And she said that the book stated that the gene cutoffs are the most affordable thing.
To keep replacing?
Yeah. And I was like,
what?
In what world? Because jeans are expensive. Because I don't remember that in the book.
They probably made
Is that
them.
true?
I just remember they wore as minimal clothes as possible because of that reason. But I don't remember it's because it's the easiest to replace. I don't remember, but it's been a while since I've read New Moon.
What were those snap-on sweats back in the day?
Just
that's what they needed.
Just yank those off. Just go full nude right away. Honestly, that's the most functional one. I'm like, why would you keep destroying clothes? You just have to run around the forest naked all the time.
1,000%.
And gene cutoffs? Like, of all the things? That is, yeah.
Wait, what? You all need to answer. What was your... Is it the storyline? Is it the actors? Is it the music? Or is it...
For me, it is 110% the soundtrack. Like music is such a huge thing to me to set the mood and kind of for the movie to tell me how I need to feel. And I feel like Twilight did that so perfectly in every single aspect. It had like the aesthetic of the moodiness and the cloudiness and the music matched that vibe. Because I feel like I'm all about the whole vibe of the whole movie is very gloomy and moody and tortured and misunderstood, and like I feel like the music really matched that. So I feel like the soundtrack is 100%. The storyline is fine. It gets a little weird at the end, but
is this how you are in real life too?
Yeah.
Like, do you score, like, not score your life, but or do you play music dependent on moods, or like you need, like you're on a plane, you're on a road trip, you're traveling, you're doing these things? And my follow-up question to that is, because I know you said that you like watching these movies, like you had mentioned you love the Meg and you like Twilight. You don't want to watch these movies that you get mad at me because I make Eric watch like Cha-Cha Real Smooth and other movies that make people really, really cry. Our Friend, that was the other one that you were upset about. Does music move you to tears? Like, do you listen to music in real life to make you feel like how you don't do with movies?
That is a great question. I feel like I will play certain music when I'm in certain moods. Like, hands down, I will listen. I feel like Eric can tell what kind of mood I'm in by what I'm listening to. Like, if I'm listening, like I've been listening to a lot of Taylor Swift lately, preparing for her new album release. But like there's such a wide scope of her music that, like, if I'm feeling, I don't know, do you think that you could tell what kind of mood I'm in by what I'm listening to?
Oh, 100%. 100%. She was in a different car and the kids were with me and we were in front of her and I can see her in the rear view jamming out and I know exactly what she's listening to. But I think he's right. You do, depending on, like, if you're like cleaning the house, or if you're going to go work out at the gym, or if you're like, even you have certain music that you put on when you're like on a long call with Kylie, or like literally 100% depends on what you're doing, but you set the mood with the music. I almost completely lost. Oh, like if you put on Fleetwood Mac, if you put on Taylor Swift, depending on what you put, 110%. But that is
true. That's very true. Maybe my outlet is music, just like how your guys' outlet is movies.
Because the music I listen to, like what I played earlier, Knock Loose, I don't feel angry. I'll be typing a spreadsheet at work and that's on, and it's like, but it doesn't set my mood in the way that it does for you, right? Like what was I watching the other night when you came home from the gym? It was Manchester by the Sea. Am I crazy? What is it?
Casey Affleck?
No, Casey Affleck?
Yeah.
Yes. I was watching it. She's like, why do you want to watch these sad movies? And I don't know. It just, like, I enjoy feeling with the movies. Whereas, like, I could be doing the dishes with Knocked Loose playing. It doesn't do much for me. Whereas, like, if you're getting ready to go to the gym, you have, like, hype music playing. If you're settling down,
Wow, that is so true.
Interesting.
I think you just unlocked a personality trait of mine. Yeah. Even when I used to edit for YouTube, like the longest part, the editing wouldn't take me long. It was picking a song that didn't have copyright, because YouTube is so dumb, that I felt set the mood. Even for Instagram stories, I'm like, I know what I need, and that's not it. I have to go through 12 of them before I find the right song that I want to fit this mood.
Well, the copyright thing played in your favor, because didn't you get one video that had like 400,000 views? Now you're a millionaire.
Ugh, yeah. Oh, I wish that would be
residuals, baby.
You get residual checks.
We did for so long.
I know, and then I didn't post any more new videos.
Do you get back? Do you ever want to get back into it?
Maybe. Now that Ellie's going to school and I'm gonna have like an actual day that's, well, it's not even a full day. It's just 4 hours that I'm gaining. But maybe. I will never say never, because I loved YouTube. But it's a lot of work. I don't know how you do it.
It is a lot of work. It's a lot of work all the time. I don't know. I do too much, I think, sometimes. But Eric, what did you think for it? What's your answer?
I thought the story was fun. Like the music is fantastic. Scores in movies really will, which I think it's so weird. That's why I love No Country for Old Men so much, because it's the first movie with no score. It's not even virtually. There is no score in No Country for Old Men, right?
I have no idea, actually. I never thought of that.
There is not. I think that's why I love that movie so much, because it was the first time I was like,
There's not one hair of music, right?
There's nothing that guides you.
Yeah, that's weird.
Huh.
That was very strange.
You need to rewatch it because I don't think there's any score.
That's interesting. The only movie I know for sure is it has music, but it comes from our like Reservoir Reservoir Dogs. Is it Reservoir Dogs? I sound like an idiot right now.
Oh yeah, Reservoir Dogs.
Hey, Quentin Tarantino person that didn't bet on themselves. Reservoir Dogs has the only music comes out of radios and cars, but other than that, there's no score. But I didn't know No Country for Old Men.
It says the idea here was to remove the safety net that lets the audience feel like they know what's going to happen.
See?
Several minutes of
so there's
That's
16
what music does.
16 minutes.
There's 16 total minutes of music, and the music's swelling hum. Huh. Interesting. So, but it was the first movie that didn't, and so I didn't know how to feel.
Interesting.
So maybe the score for this one for sure, or the soundtrack was great, but the story was fun for me. I like a little bit of drama, a little bit of like.
A little bit of imprinting.
What?
Imprinting?
Someone imprints somebody, huh? She just gave me a clue. The thing for me is I love to feel like what I'm watching. Okay, it's weird because like there's like the Manchester by the Sea or the Cha Cha Real Smooths, but then there's like Dunes and this movie and sci-fi and Star Wars and Lord of the Rings, where I feel like I'm in another world.
Mm-hmm.
And that's fun.
Yeah.
So the storyline of that is kind of fun. Like the werewolves and the vampires, it's so dumb and I love to criticize it. But that's fun. It's like, who does she pick? I think Edward's the worst. Jacob's the best. Who wins this battle? Like that stuff is... So the story of that, while cheesy, is a fun experience.
Yeah. No, I'm right. I agree. I think the music and the story are the ones that get me in most movies, and this movie too. But I think I was thinking about it when I was connecting dots with Kelly about music in real life, and I think it's because I think in real life I really like story. Like because I can listen to film score while running. It's not going to get me motivated, or it's not going to excite me to work out. I don't have to listen to hype music or whatever to work out or do stuff, but I do choose things like signing up for this race that's going to be 12 hours because it's going to make a good story. Like I'm like, I might die, but it's going to be the training is a good story. Me actually doing it, the opportunity to maybe make a short video over it, like a little vlog or something, that excites me to be like, oh yeah, this is gonna be fun. It's all journalism, and so I'll do things in life literally for the sake of having a good story, which is sometimes a bad thing, but most of the time it's great.
Yeah.
Also, the imprinting thing makes me really it would stress me out if I chose werewolf. I do not want to.
Okay, so I know what it is, but what do you?
Don't they talk about New Moon, Eric?
They do talk about what it is.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. The imprinting, that thing would stress me out. If I imprinted on someone, or that feels like it, or like walking around being like,
don't.
Yes,
no, hey Eric, I swear to you, turn it off.
It's gonna be your fault, Josh. If
how's
he
it gonna be my fault
on his own will?
Eric, throw your phone.
Because I have no one else to blame.
Eric.
Ending of...
You're the worst. You're
That's how I feel just now.
You're gonna ruin it for you?
What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that?
Don't worry about it, dude. Anyways, Kelly, back to you.
Yes.
Wrap us up, baby.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think we answered everything. I exposed who I needed to expose. Mostly just Deanna, because she picked Bella as her favorite character. Okay. Anyone? Okay. Do you guys feel like this was a full movie for you?
I don't know. I definitely didn't cry. No, I super didn't cry. I did laugh, and it does continue to hold me in thought. I thought maybe it would I'd be over the whole world, and I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna watch this, and it's gonna be done. But here I am rereading the book. So I think that it definitely held me in thought. It still holds me in thought. Yeah, but not a full movie. But I will say this: bad movie, good times. That's this kind of movie. It is. I enjoyed it more than I thought I was going to enjoy rewatching it, and yeah, it was just fun. It was fun to laugh, and it was also fun to know that Eric was watching it. So,
it is. It was not a full movie. Yeah, I didn't cry either, but it's a blast to watch.
Yet.
Oh, that's
It's not,
true.
oh, I didn't cry yet.
That's right, because
I
Eric,
mean, that's true.
this is your
Seth
first
dies. You sickos.
this is your first new moon, your first watch of new moon, first watch of eclipse, and your first watch. I was gonna say earlier, you're saying like all this stuff or whatever about you were invested. You literally texted me saying, "Oh, I swear, if something happens to Seth, I'm gonna shut off this computer and drive my car into a bridge and quit my job and move across the country." You were texting me very dramatically,
You were, man.
both in the group message and on the side text with just me away from Kelly, where you can be even more unhinged. Kelly, was it a full watch for you?
Oh,
Ever? Has it ever been? Not. It doesn't have to be this watch. Like, did you ever cry?
I feel like high school Kelly would have definitely said this is a full watch because it was the first book that I had read that got made into a movie. Because I didn't read Harry Potter. When did Harry Potter come out?
Pretty early, like 19.
Many moons ago.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, I never read that. And so this was a big deal. But now I wouldn't say maybe like a full movie. I think it's very nostalgic and fun to watch as well.
Love it.
Hope you enjoyed today's episode. Wait, that's not funny because nobody knows that you typed it wrong. Okay. Hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Thanks to my guests, Josh and Eric. Also, people have been asking how to support the show. And right now, the best way is to leave a 5-star review at www.patreon.com/3milksmedia. Also, check out our newsletter where we get bullied to write our thoughts. 3 Milks Media is our Instagram, so check us out there. Thanks for watching and tuning in. We hope that you tune in next time we have an episode and maybe let me host again. Sorry for sounding like a robot. For everyone who can't see what's happening, Eric's typing this for me to say as I go, and he types really slow. He's still typing. Stop outing me. This is supposed to be secret. I don't type slow. I just think slow. Oh my gosh. The ideas are taking a minute. That's okay.
You did great, babe.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you.